Hey guys, welcome back. This is Scott Halverson from northern Minnesota, and we are here to talk about what is going on in the news. So we'll have a little story time first. 20 years ago, I was a young man, and 25 years ago, I guess, I was a young man, and I used to like to go to the Minneapolis St Paul metro area. There was a lot of things to do there. There was nightclubs, and there was plenty of bars and attractions like the Mall of America was new. We had a couple zoos you'd go to, some other amusement. You had Valley Fair, you had the State Fair that would take place down there. And it was just great times. It was good times. You had a lot of fun, and you never really had to worry about anything too drastically. Never had to worry about anything drastic happening, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. And it was just good times. Like, I went down there many times and met some new friends and made some friends down there and went down there and just had good times. So, where is this story leading me to? For young men in their 20s, early 20s and mid 20s now, or even 30s, or even 40s or whatever, any age, I would not recommend them going down there. And why is this? Well, the subject has something to do with what's going on in the news today, but it is not what triggers my thought process on this. This is just a good time to bring it up, right? So here we are. Yeah, I said I would not recommend them going down to the cities today because it's basically a giant steaming pile of garbage down there. And if you have family that lives down there, get them out of there. Seriously. Get them out of there. Get them back to rural Minnesota or some of the smaller big cities and where things aren't as crazy. And why do I say that? Okay, for many reasons. I say this for many reasons. One, the people down in the cities are a very different mindset of people than the people that live in greater Minnesota. And the greater Minnesota is anything north of the cities, essentially, excluding St. Cloud and Duluth. And pretty much the rest of it's greater Minnesota. And that's the larger portion of land of Minnesota, but not as populated as just the three aforementioned, the places I mentioned earlier. Minneapolis, St. Paul, St. Cloud, and Duluth areas. But we're a much more easy, relaxed type of people. Yes, we have our own issues, but they are nothing on the level of what is going on in Minneapolis, St. Paul today. So, the subject. 4 cops, allegedly 4 white cops. I watched the video, so yes, I can count, but nothing has been prosecuted other than 4 people shot, or fired, or shot, fired, whatever. 4 people fired from their jobs. 4 police officers fired from Minneapolis Police Department. And a gentleman died in custody of the police. Now, before you go off and get on your high horse and start yelling at me and telling me I'm stupid and all this stuff, I watched the videos. Yes, the guy died. Now, the cause of death, probably getting choked out the way he was. It could be any number of things, but none of this is all speculation at this point, because all it is just a few minute video clip, and so we can make a presumption based off of what we've seen, but we can't really get a whole picture of it until we hear testimonies and we hear eyewitness accounts on both sides. We can't hear or see more things, get an autopsy done, and move along with justice. Yes, justice does need to be served. Whatever happened is bad. People shouldn't die in cop custody like that. No matter, it really doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You know, if they have a guy in custody, it should not be unless the guy had a medical condition, he shouldn't be dead, essentially is what I'm trying to say. It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. But there is a far greater tragedy that is happening afterwards. Yes, and I said that. One guy dying in cop custody is a bad thing. Very bad. the cops and everybody involved and whatever's going to happen will get sorted out. People will get punished, and rightly so, no matter which way it goes. But what's happening afterwards is unacceptable idiocy. Do you understand? Unacceptable idiocy. You all down there are being really stupid. It's not for justice. It's not for the guy who passed away. It's not for the color of the guy's skin. It's not for the color of the cop's skin. It's because you guys are stupid. That's it. Bottom line, you're just dumb. You're taking advantage of a situation and you let your mob mentality dictate what you're going to do. That to me means you're a sheeple and you're stupid. Now, have I ever been a sheeple? Most likely. But in my days of being a sheeple, or if I am now, I don't run around burning buildings down. I don't loot buildings. I don't break things. I don't burn cop cars. I don't bust windows. I don't terrorize people that are wearing Trump paraphernalia. I generally don't destroy anything that doesn't belong to me. It's really not that hard to figure out. So you idiots down there that are doing this are just stupid people. And in my opinion, you don't belong here. You should go back to a country, or we should set aside a little country for you, and a little island out in the middle of nowhere, and you guys can just live there. Kind of like what they were doing with Australia back in the day, right? Except for we'll make it a much smaller island. And you guys can just live there and fight it out and mob mentality the crap out of yourselves. Your behavior is ridiculous and stupid. You are taking a community that you live in and you are destroying it. For what? What are you proving other than you're stupid? You're not making any points. The cops left the area after the riots started because they couldn't control the riots. They couldn't control the burning, they couldn't control the pillaging, the looting, and all this stuff. So what do the cops do? They back away, set up a perimeter, and try and contain it. That's all they can do. What the hell, dudes and dudettes? What on God's earth are you thinking? Like, this is a very interesting subject for me because I want to encourage the young men and women that I deal with on a daily basis to go out and explore the world. But I don't want them to go down there and explore that crap. And people I know that live down there, please get out of there. Before you're on the news being mobbed or burned or tortured or beat because you don't believe in something the mob does believe in. That's ridiculous. This is not the communist country of America. This is like the United States of America where you live free. Minnesota is definitely getting to be one of the California-ish states. It is ridiculous. I'm so sorry that you people have to go through this down there. The ones that are sane and decent. I'm sorry about the businesses that are trying to make money down there and you get these idiots breaking windows and burning down buildings, the 7-story complex. 7-story building. Let's burn it down. That's a great idea. Let's go burn down an auto value. I'm sure they had something to do with these cops killing people. What? What the frick is wrong with you? I do have a couple things to say, though, on top of all that. What is also wrong with the people that live there that think that's not acceptable? What do I mean? Well, in a perfect world, me being a nice citizen and a law-abiding citizen and a protective father of my family, if I was driving through the cities and y'all idiots started breaking my car and stuff and started surrounding me, I would defend my family. I'm not going to tell you how or why, but I would just defend them at all costs. And if that means you or I have to fight and survive, we will do that. That's all it means. And I will use whatever disposal I can to survive to get my family to safety. But I should not have to do that in a modern societal world. Should not have to do that in a first-rate country. Should not. But you know what happens is we bring all these people, and I'm not blaming all the immigrants, but this is part of it. We bring all the immigrants from these countries that don't have any rules. And the only way these people have survived is, not all of them, I'm not blanket stereotyping, I'm just generalizing, okay? Because I don't want you to think that I think all people are bad, because I don't. In any video you see me before me, I think all people are good generally. But you get this mob mentality that the only way they could deal with their regimes that were in control of them before is the mob mentality, act like idiots. And then you get the George Soroses and the Black Lives Matters and the blah 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 blahs, the Media Matters people, and the alt left, and they're hired and paid by people to come in and cause trouble, and they're doing a perfect job. And the people who are opposed to this sit back and watch it happen. I'm sorry, I want to live in a world where I know that, yes, there's going to be bad cops, just like there's great cops, right? I bet you there's 100 good cops to every one bad, right? So I don't know what the Minneapolis police force number of police they have there, but I bet you it's a lot. And I bet you out of the 3 or 4 or 5 bad cops that have been there, there's thousands that are good. But here's my point. My point is I would like to live in a world where if a riot breaks out and you're stupid and you start burning and looting, you should expect that kind of force and return to calm your ass down. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're going to take Molotov cocktails, you're going to take bricks, you're going to bust up things, you're going to flip over cars, you should expect those cars to run your ass over when you're being stupid. You should expect that Molotov cocktail to be shot back at you. You should expect the cops and everybody, private citizens, including me, to fight back equally just the way you are. Because you know what? The law ain't going to save you if you ain't breathing. Just that simple. Yes, they may prosecute me if I end up running you over because you're stupid. But the chances are, I might get off it just like you would if you ran me over, right? Oh wait, no. I'm a redneck from northern Minnesota. I'm sorry, you don't get this right because you're an old white guy. This is ridiculous, people. Skin color, nothing has anything to do with this. This is all propaganda BS. And as long as you keep falling for it, and as long as you keep allowing it to happen, allowing this, yes, you are allowing it to happen, Minneapolis St. Paul. You're letting this kind of behavior stand. Your judges, your politicians that are down there making stupid rules for the stupid people down there, they're the ones letting it happen. If you want this to stop happening, you got to go out, you got to make a difference in your own. You have to do it yourself. It's another one of those passionate things, and I don't like getting wound up, but dang it, it's so easy in this day and age to get wound up into just feel the anger and hatred. I don't even want to be hatred because I'm not hateful. I'm very spiteful because this kind of behavior is just silly. It's like a little kid throwing a temper tantrum, right? You have a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 15-year-old throwing temper tantrum, you punish them accordingly. You have adults throwing Molotov cocktails, burning buildings, big expensive buildings, burning car places and fast food chain stores and any other kind of building down. You turn around and you punish them people exactly the way they deserve it. Plain and simple. Because you know what? If I did that, I would expect nothing less. That is the way I was taught, and that's the way it should be. You act stupid, you get treated like stupid. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Plain and simple. Anyhow, wow, that was enough of that. So, the moral of my whole story was, I started off saying I loved going down there. I won't go down there now. I won't spend a dime in those places. All they do down there is make rules that affect greater Minnesota, raise my fuel prices, raise my taxes, raise my license plate prices on my vehicles. They raise to take care of crap down there. They don't do crap for us up here. The only people that do anything up here are the businesses up here and the communities. Other than that, the rest of you can all just go poof. As far as I care, you can take a big old pair of scissors, you can cut off around Minneapolis, St. Paul, and some of the surrounding communities, head it up to St. Cloud, cut up onto Duluth, and you can just call that Eastern Minnesota. We'll take the rest. Thank you. My name is Scott. You call me Guff, and you have a nice day.